At the moment, I'm a compartment for Trimmable Horizontal Stabilizer, which you can see over here. And this, what you see here, is actuator for this THS, because Trimmable Horizontal Stabilizer is adjustable. You can move it up and down. And today we need to test its jamming protection. And yeah, for that we're gonna need to remove those two caps. Yeah, this one, and we need for this special tool which will fit on those two valve blocks, but more about that during the test. So let's take a look at it. Even Airbus A320 is fly-by-wire concept. THS is one of the two components of this system which are still connected by cables to the cockpit, and the other one is rudder. And how it works: this is a control wheel through which crew can control manually the Trimmable Horizontal Stabilizer. From here there are two cables which leads all the way to the THS compartment, and from there this input is sent to the motors, which gives the command to hydraulically operated valve blocks. And here you can see the cables which goes all the way from the cockpit, and then inside of here you can find chain which goes all the way up here to this shaft, and through that shaft you send input in the THS actuator. The whole thing is controlled thanks to three motors, which you can see here on the back. They are controlled thanks to the computers, which is ELAC 1, 2 and SEC 1 and 2. And those three motors are giving the command to these valve blocks, which are in the front. And their main purpose is to supply hydraulic motors, and both hydraulic motors drive the ball screw actuator through power differential gearbox. It moves up and down the ball nut on which the Trimmable Horizontal Stabilizer THS surface is mounted, based on the input from the cockpit or from the computers. And during normal operation only one motor out of three is active, the other two works as a backup. And by the way, if we lose hydraulic power or we switch off hydraulic pumps, the device which is called pressure off brake is applied, which will stop the THS in the position in which is at that point. And as I said before, there are two types of flight control surfaces which are connected to the cockpit, and that's THS and the rudder. And the cables to the rudder you can see over here. You have connection which goes forward, and these ones go to the quadrant, and from that quadrant you have rod which leads all the way up. But I made a short video about it which you can find here on the YouTube or on the Instagram, but I'll put link of course in the description below. That was few information before we start the test, and now we need to start with preparation, which means that we need to remove the caps from the shafts, from the valve blocks, and once that's removed, we need to remove also one more lock wire which will block us to insert the tool. And then we need to measure if the feeler gauge will not gonna fit in between input plate and ball carrier of the control valve, and this we need to measure on both sides of the THS actuator. And once that's done, we'll need to go through the procedures so both of us understand how the test will gonna look like. Yeah, basically you need to first find the notch on the side, and that notch you have also on this one, yeah, yes, like this. And now basically it went all the way in, as you can see.
No.
Because normally,
so I guess if it's,
you need to turn that. Basically, you need to do that. Yes, turn with that. Play with that. Yes. See that? Turn this section. So yeah. Now it sits, and you cannot
I can, but it's not.
Yeah. But you know, now you get the point.
Yeah, of course.
And you always input it the way based on communication, aircraft nose down, left or right. So right side.
Right, left side. Yeah.
Yes. So nose down, right. It goes over here. Nose up, right. So like this.
Yeah.
So when we input it
so
in, and you see now it doesn't fit.
So we do this.
Yes. Then you leave it, you go away from it.
I don't touch anything. And
Yes.
I do everything else.
And it will automatically go down or up. But you need to be always 100% sure where we are. So aircraft nose up,
Right.
left, right. So you have arrow, you have everything. So
Yeah.
I guess there is no way to fuck it
Now
up.
we do the electrical one first, right?
And after we both agree that we understand the procedure, I move to the cockpit and we'll communicate together through the airplane intercom. And once I finish with the preparation in the cockpit, we can start with the test.
Good. Now I have it on the pedestal and on the ECAM on 0. Now depressurize green and yellow system. Okay, install the jamming tool simulation to right aircraft nose up. So flight direction right side, and you need to have nose up. Tell me when you have it. Yes, I see that you're moving my control wheel.
It's installed.
So, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, so pressurizing the hydraulic, and then I have a finger on LAC2. Okay? Ready?
Okay. Yep.
Hydraulic on. And we are rolling down. 2, 3, 4, 5. LAC engaged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Good.
I like
It does what it should do. Good. Look at the pointer. Yes, yes, yes. Release, LAC. LAC, release, and hydraulic off. Operate rudder pedals to release the pressure, and that will let you, yes. Hydraulic release. Remove the tool. So you need to spin the shaft on the right to get it out.
Actually, I don't. Just comes out.
Ah, good. So perfect. Then we go to the next step. So step B, hands off. Lazar.
Yep, hands up, yep.
Okay. Hydraulic on. And I'm going back to 0. Zero. Depressurize. Now, it on the left control wheel block, install left aircraft nose up in the left valve block.
It's in.
Very nice. I need to pressurize again green and yellow, and basically we're doing the same thing. When I hit the target of nose up 5, I will release ELAC2. Okay?
Yep.
Ready?
Hit it.
Hands off. Hydraulic. 2, 3, 4, 5. ELAC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Good? Okay. I have a fault. ELAC2 pitch trim. I'm releasing ELAC2, depressurizing hydraulic, and now it's your turn to remove the tool.
So,
We are going to step C. Hands off.
Hand off.
Hydraulic. Six, 5. Okay. I'm on the 5 and depressurized hydraulic system. On the left valve block of the THS, insert left aircraft nose down on the shaft.
It's in.
Okay, so then look on the pointer of the piston control wheel immediately before 0 degree position. Turn the wheel in a nose up direction to give slide back order. Jamming protection device operate and the THS actuator stops immediately. Okay?
Yep.
Good. So I'm pressurizing the hydraulic system. Hands off.
Hand off.
Hydraulic on. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It stopped. Hydraulic off. Operate the pedals. Hydraulic release. So you can remove the tool.
Pull it out.
Okay, hands off.
Hand off.
Okay, pressurizing the hydraulic. And going to 5 degrees nose up. Five degrees nose up. Depressurize green and yellow. Okay, install jamming tool, right aircraft nose down on the right valve block.
It's installed.
Very nice. So now we'll again pressurize the green and yellow, and before we hit 0, I will grab the wheel. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, hands off.
Hand off.
Hydraulic on. 2, 1, 0. It stop. Hydraulic off. Rather, okay, you can remove the tool. Yes.
So.
Great. So now we just need to measure the gap if we cannot fit the feeler gauge inside, and that's more or less it. I'll just continue in the cockpit. And then we install the cups. After we do all this, we need to do operational test of the THS.
Yeah,
But we need to install everything before that. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Going there. Adios. Off.
And since everything is done, I move back to the THS compartment where we perform measurement. Basically it's the same measurement as we did on beginning. And once that's done, we'll install the protection caps on the both shafts. And now all what's remaining, as I said before, is to perform operational test of independent hydraulic motors to be sure that after test everything works as it should, and as you can see, it works. Now, what was this test all about? If one of the control valve or a drive mechanism is jammed, the hydraulic supply of both hydraulic motors is cut by shut-off valves control device in each valve block, and the comparator pistons operate both shut-off valves. This will of course activate pressure brake, which will lock THS in exact position as I told you before. And as you can see, everything works as it should, so after this final test we can return aircraft back to service.
That's all about Trimmable Horizontal Stabilizer jamming protection. If you have any questions, write them down in the comments below. As always, I would like to ask you to don't use this as a replacement for your maintenance manual, but always use latest documentation released by manufacturer. Big thanks to Austrian Airlines that they let me record all these videos for you. Thank you each and everybody who watching my video, and especially to members. That's all from my side. My name is Tomáš, this was Record Maintenance with Zeto, and I will see you on next video. Bye.